In today's video, we're going to look at what I think is the best travel tripod on the market today. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. So today we are talking travel tripods. Specifically, we are looking at this guy here. This is the Ulanzi Zero. So this is a tripod that I bought about 3 months ago. I went on a trip to Spain and to Morocco, and I needed to travel light. And the tripod, or the travel tripod that I've been using up till now, is a little bit bigger than this. In fact, I'll show it to you. This is, I've had this for about 12 years now. This is the Manfrotto 190 CX Pro 3. It's a great tripod, carbon fiber, very light. And at the time that I bought this, which was about 12 years ago, this was considered small. But as you can see, the Ulanzi is a lot smaller, so a lot shorter. And the Manfrotto doesn't even have the ball head on it, so it would actually be a lot longer than that. So it's really nice and compact. But anybody can make a compact tripod. It's the rest of the functionality really that matters. And so we're going to talk about those things in a second. First, let me give you some stats or some specifications for the tripod. The weight of the tripod is 1.15 kilos. I don't know what that is in pounds, so I'll just put the numbers down the bottom of the screen. So when it's fully collapsed like this, it is 42.3 centimeters long, so really small. Extended without the center column, it's 1.32 meters tall, and extended with the center column, it's 1.56 meters. Now, I've got some video here where I'm standing next to the tripod. Just to give some context, I'm about 5'11", so you can see that it's a very comfortable tripod to work with. You don't need to like slouch down. It's a very comfortable height. The load bearing of the tripod, it's a little bit confusing actually, because the documentation says that it's 5 to 6 kilos. I don't know why they wouldn't just settle on one number. So, but even if you take the smaller number, 5 kilos is actually a lot of weight. That would be a significantly large camera, large and heavy camera. And then the hook, that can take up to 18 kilograms, and we'll talk about the hook in a second. But first of all, so the whole tripod, carbon fiber. I want to talk about the head for a second, because this tripod comes in two different models. You get the F38 model, which is a quick release model. Now that is a little bit like the Manfrotto system, if you're familiar with that, where if you just push the plate down onto the head, it snaps into place. So really handy, and then you just have a lever that releases it. Or you have the other version, which is what I've got, which is the Arca Swiss version. For myself, I've standardized all of my tripods and all of my cameras to have Arca Swiss plates. That way I'm never caught out with the wrong plate for the wrong tripod, which has happened to me in the past. So everything I have is Arca Swiss, so that's why I decided to go with this one. You do get a little plate. It's a tiny little baby one, but any Arca Swiss plate will fit in here nicely. Now, regardless of which version you purchase, the controls on the ball head are exactly the same. So I'll turn it around this way. You'll see this knob here. Releasing that controls the panning effect. And then you've got your degrees marked on the bottom of this section here. So if you lock that in there, then the panning will lock into place. And then in order to release the ball head, you have this lever here. So you just pull this back, and now the ball head is free to move in every direction. Now you will notice that there isn't so much, there's not so much range of motion. It only goes up and down a little bit, and that's just because of the way that the center column is set at the moment. If you need any more movement than that, then what you need to do is, I'll turn it around that way so you can see, there's a lever here. When you flick that up, then the center column can move up, and all you got to do is just move it up a couple of inches, lock it back into place, and now when you release the ball head again, you've got the full range of motion. So most of the time I don't need so much motion, unless you're doing maybe astrophotography or something like that. For myself, most of the time that's fine like that, because all I'm trying to do is keep the camera level, and so that works fine. But if you do need any more motion or range of motion than that, you can just bring up the center column. So I'll just lock that into place, And actually, while I'm talking about that, look, I think this is an excellent tripod. However, I don't think it's perfect. And the first thing that I want to have a little whinge about are the levers in order to release the center column and also the ball head. So these, they're just not nice to use. They work, they work perfectly fine. But with this one in particular, the center column, you never quite know when you've actually reached the maximum that it will travel to. So you don't quite know when it's locked and when it isn't locked. Now, as it turns out, if I loosen this all the way and I just let it drop, and then I'll just ever so slightly just push it down, that center column is now really locked in place. So if I push any further, it will be really secure. It's just that the effect, the feedback of the lever doesn't quite tell you when it's locked in, but I mean, I'm nitpicking here. The same thing with this lever here. Now that does have a hard stop, so when I can tell that I've reached the maximum. There's a little sort of resistance in there, so that is locked into place. But they're not easy to actually pull out. So if you've got big fingers, then you might struggle with this. But look, other than that, they do work fine. They do lock into place nicely. And I've been using this tripod now for about 3 months, and it's performed really well. They're the two things really that bug me about it, though. I wish that it would have different controls, and maybe in a different version in the future that might sort of re-engineer that. The other thing is that you've got your hook down the bottom here. Something interesting that they've done with this tripod is that if you undo the hook, then you've also got an Allen key in here, which fits all of the fittings on the leg and also on the clips. So these ones, they use clips. They don't have the spinny ones. They've got the actual clips, okay, which a lot of people make a big deal about that. They work fine. There's really no difference between the two. Actually, I'll leave that out because I'll also show you that if you release the center column, okay, you can then fit it upside down so that you can have the camera as low to the ground as possible. So obviously you can't do it in that orientation. You would have to turn the camera upside down. But so that works really well. Other than that, look, it's a tripod. I don't know what else I can tell you. It's got 3 legs. It's very steady. I have used this extensively in water, and also I took this to the Sahara Desert. It's still got sand in it, and the ball head still acts like it still responds really nicely. It locks into place, and I just shook all the sand out of it and it works fine. The legs didn't get stuck. I can hear a little bit of sand still in there, but that's just me because I haven't cleaned the tripod. So other than that, the tripod is an excellent tripod. It is small enough so that when you pack it up like this, also it fits into the side of a camera bag in the drink bottle section, which this one did not. And so that's really quite nice as well. In fact, it actually fits inside of the bag. So when you buy this, there are a few things that are included in the package. So this is the box that it comes in, and they do include a travel bag. Now, I don't normally use the bags that come with tripods, but this is actually quite handy if you're going to pack this inside, say, a luggage with other stuff as well, so that the tripod itself doesn't actually scratch other things. So I like this bag, and they also give you spikes. Okay, so these spikes here are used on the legs. So if you're working on grass or you're working on sand, you can unscrew the rubber ones. These just come off, they unscrew, and then you can just screw in the spikes. So you get 3 of them in the kit as well. And if you use these, then what you'll find is that the tripod will actually sink into the ground and provide you a much more stable footing. So I like that they include these. A lot of other tripods do not have these. You have to buy these separately. So other than that, look, it's a great tripod. I can highly recommend it. The place that I bought it at, I have included the link in the description of this video because that is the cheapest price that I've found. It is an affiliate link, so just to be straight up, but they did provide me with the best price possible. And so if you are interested, I'll leave it in the description. Other than that, if you've got any questions about anything that I covered here today, let me know, leave it down in the comment section of the video, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. or you can reach me through any of the usual social media platforms, and I'll put the links to all of those in the description of the video. And if you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to click the like button. It makes a huge difference to the channel. And if you want to see more content like this, do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and that way you'll be notified when I upload a new video. Anyway, that is everything that I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.